Hello everybody, this is from Android Developer School and today we are here to talk about constraint layout. As we have already discussed in the previous video regarding the theory of the constraint layout, and in this video we will talk about some live demos and with the just starting with the basics so that you can start with the constraint layout, and in the upcoming videos we will go into the deep of the part of the constraint layout. But on today's this video we will just have some basic how you can use the constraint layout. So for the tutorial to attend, you need to have install Android Studio 2.2, because below to that you don't have a design layout, so that you can't use constraint layout before to that of Android Studio. So today we are actually here to talk about the constraint layout. So just start. So this is actually the things which we need to know about before starting a constraint layout is that just assume, as we all know, we all have a view, and in our all view this is actually the four parts actually, and the red circle is actually representing a constraint, that is the constraint point from where you can connect your one view to the other view or to the parent view, or in a nested means all this red circle point is actually used to connect one view to the other view or the view groups. So this is actually the top one, this is the bottom one, this is the left and the start, and this is the right and the end. So just start with the just jump into the code and let's see what we have today. So this is actually just a basic project. Actually the project name is Stack Overflow, and it is a very good website that you need to go and visit and see what's there. On this project actually we have two layouts and there is one activity, so we are actually here for the designing, so we are not going to run any project here. So we don't need, we only have to focus about the layouts and the only the designing of the layouts. So the first thing which you need to know about this particular new Android Studio 2.2 is like the toolbar able to the XML designing layout. So this one is actually for the XML design layout, and this is actually for the blueprint layout. And in this there is a toolbar to control to the below all. So this is actually a design view in which only you will get the design view, not the blueprint mode. And for this you will only get a blueprint mode, not the design mode. But in this you can use the both side by side manner on the both the blueprint mode and the design mode. So you can drag any view also into this view also and into this view also. So there is no need to worry that if you are using this mode you will only have a XML view, only XML. No, you can drag on both of these of your choice. This one is for the rotation of the devices. This one is actually on which devices you want to actually design this, and this is the API level which you have, whatever will be the latest version you have, so you can choose from here. This is the app theme which you are currently actually looking. This is the language local editor, and this one is the extra button, that is for the if you want to create the landscape version of this particular XML, extra large version of this or something other. We will see it in the next videos. So, and this one is actually for the attachment of this video. Actually this is the zoom level, this is zoom to fit. Actually we are currently in the zoom to fit action, and this is for the trackpad also. You can scroll or navigation gesture, so you can zoom and all. And this is actually a notification icon, so it will notify you if you have XML have any kind of errors, warnings, some kind of exception is raising here. So you will all error will be listed here, so you can click here and you can have a look of this. So just for the extra space we are closing the project tab here, and for the first thing which you have to do go for using a constraint layout is that you have to import constraint layout into your project, because constraint layout is not supportive on the SDK, so you have to import extra library here. So just a shortcut of that, because this is Android Studio 2.2 and below to that you can't use constraint layout. So just right click over this component tree window on your parent layout. Actually in this is a frame layout which is the parent. So just right click over here and just select the last option, convert frame layout to constraint layout. So when you will click on this, it will comes with a suggestion of a dialog that action will convert your current layout into a constraint layout and attempt to set up a constraint. So actually in this we haven't imported any view here, so it won't affect us. So just to go with the OK, and in this it is actually asking that it will add a dependency of constraint layout into your library, that is in the Gradle script. So just press OK and wait for the project to sync. So as you can see, the project is actually synced. So we will go to the studio Gradle script, and you can see this is the below constraint layout 1.0.0 and the beta 4 version. Actually it is in the beta 4 version that is really, and the beta 1 version was actually released on the 20th October this 2016. So as of now we are good to go with the constraint layout, and in the actually in the text tab also you can see we have a constraint layout here. So the first thing which we are going to do is just starting with the basic and just add one view to the XML design, and then we will add the constraint to that. So let's just drag a button on this XML design view, and using the suggestion highlighted for the horizontal and the vertical, we will place it at the center of the screen. So if you will select this button, you will have a new kind of window here, which is actually available in the entire Studio 2.2 and above, and this actually represent your view. Whatever the view which you have selected, this will actually represent this view. So if you will just select this, and you will have a button ID here, and you have a width and a height of the wrap content and all. You can also use this to switch between more attributes, that is in all. And also you can use the search option, like if you want to add a text here, so you also have a search bar here. So off to that. So we have a like this is actually a constraint point. From this point you can connect your top to some other views. With this also, this is a constraint point, this is a constraint point, this is a constraint point for the top, left, start, end and all. And this is one, actually this is the horizontal rectangle type one, is actually a baseline. Actually this actually used to constrain your view to the other view using a horizontal manner. Like if you want two text view in a same horizontal line, so you will constrain one view to the other view using a baseline feature. So as you can see, there is a dialog box also that is coming drag to create a baseline constraint to that. So as of now, just you can see I had just placed using the suggestions of the Android Studio to the center of the screen. But if you will use some high-end devices like in this actually 6P. So in the 6P, actually this button is not actually on the center of the screen. It is actually coming to the top and the left, more toward to the top left corner. So just because the resolution of the 6P is higher than the of Nexus 6P, and if you will go to the Nexus 1, that is the least device, so it is actually coming to the bottom right of the corner, because it's actually changing orientation, changing position on the basis of the devices. So if we will using Nexus 5, it's actually in the center because we have dragged this button on the basis of the Nexus 5. So if we will rotate this Nexus 5, so it's actually coming on the bottom of the, like in the just in the bottom bar of that. So this is actually was the wrong. We will use to handle this onto the runtime, sometime using some more attributes and all. So in this constraint layout is actually much easier to that. So we will use just this drop constraint. Whenever you hover your mouse, that particular constraint will get activated and have some kind of animation of some explaining some expansing. So you will just click your mouse to that and just drag to that particular top view. It will actually go to the connect, auto connect mode. So we will use this also to just drag onto the this, and left we will connect to the left, and we will use the bottom to connect to the bottom. So this actually connected, and it's all connected. And as you can see, we have selected this view, and you can see this is actually dividing. We have the margin here. This is actually for the margin, left margin, this is the bottom margin, and this is the right margin here. So this is actually the parent here, it is explaining. But this depend on which constraint you have attached. If you attach to the other view, then this will be for the other view, and this is actually for the baseline. So if you want to switch your baseline, so you can drag on to that. This is actually stuck to the 50. This is for the horizontal bias. So we all have covered this topic in the theory part. but we will see more where we can use this feature and all, and attend some kind of magic behavior in that. So we will see in the upcoming videos. So as of now we have connected our constraint to just to the center of the screen. So just let's see what happen if we rotate our device. It will actually come at the center of the screen, no matter how user screen orientation is that. So just stick into the portrait mode and just change the devices to the Nexus 6P. It is actually coming on the center of the screen. As you can see, it comes to the low-end devices Nexus 1. This on this also it is actually coming at the center of the screen using the 16 dp as the margin here. And you can also change the margin here, or you can also double click and just change over here. So just let it be on the 16p, and we come on to the Nexus 5. Here it is. Okay, so or whenever you want to just delete some kind of constraint here, so just P here and it will reflect with the red color dot. So you can delete a constraint, and whenever you will delete the particular constraint, so there is no connected feature of that, and just change this to match parent mode. And as of now you can see this is the match parent mode here. So this was the some kind of basic, like if you are dragging one view to the other view. So just assume we have another button here and we are placing it to the center, and we have connected this and we have connected this. So you can see the new kind of warning here. It's whenever you click this you will have a warning. This is for the string resources, so just leave that. And for this it's actually showing warning for this. The view is not constrained vertically. At runtime it will jump to the left unless you add a vertical constraint. So we have actually added the horizontal constraint for this layout, but we haven't constrained this to the for the vertical one, so where it will be placed on the vertical manner. So on the horizontal it is at the center of the screen using the constraint. So we want this button to below to the this. In relative layout we have attribute layout below or layout to the top, but in constraint layout you will just use and drag this over to that. So this view is actually representing this view, and this is actually the top bottom of the bottom button, this button. So it is actually using the thing. So just changes to the 16. So as you can see this is a 16 version, and this is using the wrap content, and this is using the match parent. Oh sorry, in the actually it is not in the match parent mode, it is in the any size mode. So it is actually acquire the whole spaces. In the match parent also it acquire all the spaces, but in the any size mode it's actually using the two view. It is very easy for you to see what is the magic behind the any size and the match parent. It's actually a different thing. So just drag one text view here, so you can see the power of the constraint layout which we will achieve. So we have this view, text view, and just let me change the text to first name. Sorry, it is coming. So let me change it to the name. So it is the first name, and just let me drag another, and using the suggestions just let me change this to Android developer. Okay, so we have this two kind of view. So just let me zoom here so that you can have a clear view of that. So we want this view to the attached to this view, like to the parent of that, with the distance of the 16 dp margin, and we want this view to below to this view, but we will use this to the 16 dp to the center, and we want this view also to below to this. So we have added this, the both view, and this also we will use the 16. So as of now you can see that this view is particularly on the same 16 dp version, so it will be on the horizontally in the same direction. But if you want this view should be just equal, because first name is equal to the Android developer here, so it should be aligned to this, not to the bottom of the this. If due to some any reason at the runtime or something anything happen, so it will come to the some kind of distance in the horizontal, not in this straight horizontal. So just let me delete this constraint, and we will add this constraint to the here. And what we will do here to assign a, just go to the mode zoom manner, because this baseline constraint is actually, so you will just hold a mouse here, hover your mouse here, it will start blinking here. So just drag this and just attach to this. So you have just attached this first name to the baseline of this Android developer. So no matter how distance, constraint, margin and all for this view, it will always be in a constraint to that mode. So just come into the fit to the screen mode, and you can see here it is actually connected to this. So you can also use to connect this. So because you have actually connected this to the baseline of this, so you can't connect this to the left of your constraint to the right of this constraint, because it is actually connected to this on this direction, on the horizontal direction. So you can't connect this onto the more horizontal direction, but you can connect this with the top constraint, because it is not actually connected on the horizontal direction. So as you can see, as of now I have just connected this bottom, this view also gets moved. So if we delete this and just drag this to the bottom, wherever we will, so it will actually move with the horizontal baseline constraint of that particular view, in spite of having this view also have a constraint only with this. So it will move just how many time you will move this particular button. So it is independent with the horizontal, like the horizontal movement of that particular connected view, but it on the vertical manner in the most, because horizontally it has to be in the same line. So it is actually maintaining the horizontal same line in spite of having we are moving this view in the vertical direction. So this was some kind of the basic of this particular view, and let's see the slide and what we have for. So this we have already seen the baseline of the view, and in the next, actually it is a horizontal rule and the vertical rule. So whenever you want to divide some kind of view on a percentage basis, and you want to achieve this if you will hard code your view to the some kind of 120 dp, and for the Nexus 5 it will look okay, for the Nexus 6p also it will look okay. But if the user is from the Nexus 7, like if from the LDPI screen, so more than half of the screen will be get covered with the 120 dp. So at the runtime you used to calculate the dp of that particular device, divide and all with that. So using the horizontal and the vertical rule, you will achieve this kind of, you can divide the particular view on a percentage basis, and then you can achieve your desired goal with that on and it will look just similar, more similar and 100% to the all kind of devices. So let's see how we can do this. So let's jump into the percentage view, and we will use the same, like we will convert this to the constraint layout, and it will just convert us, because we have already added the library here. So let's just drag, not drag, we will just add one constraint, vertical constraint to that. So you will click this. So there is some kind of smug in confusion in that, whenever you want something to be adjusted vertically, you have to add a horizontal guideline, or whenever you want something to be adjusted horizontally, you have to add vertical guideline. So okay, so for the horizontal you have to add vertical, for the vertical you have to add horizontal. So what we want to use, we have a one just assume one image view actually. So where it is, yeah, here we have one image view here. Just let's see, attach this picture here. So what we want, we will just add this constraint, this constraint, we will add this constraint, and we will add this constraint. But we want to divide our this view to the approx 30% of the screen. no matter what is the screen sizes and all, but we can achieve this using the DP also if we will devise in the 100 DP, but it is not actually the similar on the all kind of devices and all. So we will use to divide this on a vertical or on the horizontal rule basis so that we can achieve this. So what we will do, we will add a horizontal guideline. So and as long as we will add the vertical guideline, so you will have this kind of view. This is the arrow viewer. This is actually the displaying the our vertical guideline. You can see this kind of the green the dotted straight line on the horizontal. This is actually the guideline. So you will just click this and just drag this. So the calculation which you are seeing 187, 192, 197 or 200, this is actually the DP of that. So if you will stack here, it will 164 DP. So just we have attached this, and what we will do, we will attach this to this vertical the horizontal rule, but it is actually not in the DP. We have actually used the DP here, not the percentage. So we will just use this to the any size mode so that the view gets expanded. So this is actually our view. So we have not divided this on the basis of percentage basis. So what is the loss behind that, we will see here. So we will just use the old devices. On the Nexus 7, it is actually, we are seeing the same on the 6P, but it is actually using the less space because the Nexus 6P has a more resolution and the more DP to that. So it is actually stuck on the top of this. But what if we can divide it on the percentage basis? So let's jump into the Nexus 5 here. Oh yes, and now whenever you will just hover your mouse here, it will actually get disappeared. But whenever you click that, you can see here actually it is divided on the percentage basis and it is 32%. So you can also click this and you can also drag on this. So just let us make it to the some nearby percentage 35, and we have made it to the 35, and we will add constraint to that because it gets deleted. So now we have divided it to the 35% of the whole screen level, and just all the constraint gets deleted. This is actually a bug. Sometimes it gets deleted, but not very frequent. So let's zoom into that so that we can add constraint. Okay, now we have, so let's delete all the margin here so that we will have a clear view of that what we are actually. So and let's zoom into the fit screen. So as you can see, we have added we have removed all the margins and all, and we have divided this onto the screen basis, percentage basis. So let's jump into the 6P, and you can see it is actually grabbing the 35% of the screen. If we will go to the Nexus 1, then also it is actually acquiring the 36% on the basis. So whatever will the horizontal guideline is here, it is 35%. So it will acquire. So it is very easy for you to at the runtime to decide how much percentage actually your particular view is going to be covered and all. And it is very easy to design, and it is you will just have a play and just do a practical scenario of this and design different layouts and just have a practice to that, because it is very easy to design and you will get rid of the nested layout and all, and that is actually consume your more app performance using the nested layout. And whenever you have a more view group to that, it is actually tracked from the parents to the child view, and it is actually for the bad for your performance. So this was from the basic of this constraint layout from Android Developer School. And in the next video we will actually see for the visibility behavior. So how you can attach one view to the multiple view using the visibility behavior, using some dimension constraint here we will see. And we will also see the chain system. Actually we will group one view to the 2 or 3 view in a one group chain system, and we will then attach chain to the some other chain here. So this is a very great thing like we use in the Photoshop and all. So we will see what is this and all. And this one actually for the first video of the constraint layout, and you just like the videos. If you like the training and all, comment your suggestions, share this video with your friends and your colleagues, and subscribe to my channel to watch more videos on Android Studio library and all. And that's it from the my side, and thanks for watching and have a nice day.